Hello everyone, welcome again to Jira Cloud tutorial. In this tutorial, we are going to learn how you can create issues in the Jira Cloud project. Okay, so let's get started. And here, if you see on my screen, I am into the classic software project. So let me cover how you can create the issues in the classic software project first, and then we'll also understand how you can create the new issues in the next gen project of the cloud version. So your team might be using either the next gen project or the classic project. Most of the software development teams will use the classic software project because it gives you a lot more flexibility. So you will most of the time will be on this particular interface or the board. Okay, so in order to create the issues in the classic project, you have this create button. So I'm in this particular project. If I simply click on create, it will open the create issue template or the page, and it will by default select the project that you are in, and the issue type will be the default issue type that has been configured. So by default it's story, and if you select this particular drop down, you have the option to create task, bug and epic as well. So these are different issue types that are available at the moment. We can create custom issue type, and that I'll cover in the upcoming administration Jira administration tutorial. But as of now, to create a new issue, you can simply choose the type, provide the summary. Say for example, this is the test story 1. So I'm just putting some dummy information there. So I'll provide some summary information, which is the mandatory field. If you see, these are the mandatory fields that you have to populate, the things with the red star here. And then if you want to attach any attachment, you can simply drag and drop the file or browse the file from your computer. Then in the description, you have the option to add the description. I'll just copy and paste, and you have a lot of styling options are available in the description, right? So for example, I want to highlight something. Say, let me copy it again, and I want to change this particular text to bold. So I can simply say Control B, or simply press this bold, and then I can type in the text that I want to basically make bold. Okay, so I'll say test story there and just provide the text that I want to make bold. And then if you want to make it italic, you can simply press Control I, Control U for underlining, and then you have different options to color code the text as well. There are many other options for example, linking or attaching. You can browse and attach the details there. You have the bullet list option as well. So for example, I want to use the bullet lists, so I can simply use the bullet list numbered or non-numbered. So if I want to use numbered, I simply choose that. Let me select all of that, and this is the numbered list, and this is the non-numbered. Okay, then I can use different icons that are available there within the particular description. Say for example, I want to use certain icons there, I can use that. And then there are other options, for example, user mention. So if you want to mention any member of your team to have a look or be notified that you have added something in the description, and somebody needs to be notified or needs to review something, you can just say user mention, which is basically starting from @. So if you just say @ and start typing name of the persons, so that name will appear. So for example, my name, because I'm using or I'm raising this particular issue, this is not I can mention myself because I don't have any other user that I have added in this instance, so I'll just mention myself in this particular case. And then you have other options: pre-formatted panel, horizontal rule, etc. Okay, so these are some of the formatting option in the description that you can utilize. Pretty simple, similar to Word. You can explore through and get through the details of the description format. Then in the reporter, by default you will be the reporter because you are raising this particular issue. And then there are linking option. So if this particular issue that you are raising is linked or blocks, or is blocked by, or there are different linking issues that are available, options that are available, this list can also be customized, and we'll cover that in the administration section as well. Then here you choose which particular issue is being related to this issue that you are raising. Then if you have any fixed version or the assignee, so assignee, if it is automatic, it will be automatically assigned to the assignee, either whosoever is the project lead, if the assignee automatic assignee is the project lead, or you can assign a particular person this particular issue. So I just have one user, I'll assign it to that particular user. Then you have the priority labels, the epic link, if this particular issue is related to a particular epic, which in most of the cases it will be. So for example, you want to specify the epic link and the sprint. So if this particular issue is raised within sprint 5 or sprint 6, you specify or select the sprint if it is available in your project. So if I select all the information that is available here and then click on create, and you can see that RT-1 issue has been created, and you can see the name or the description has been there, the title is there, and on this particular page you can see the icon, smiley icon, and the @mention. So you have used @mention to specify that particular user, and that mention is available here as well. There are a couple of more fields in the right hand side that you can see, that labels, reporter, and assignee that we have chosen. The epic link, we left it blank. Components, we left it blank. And these are all the details on this particular issue that we simply created. Now if I click on create issue again, and you'll see this create another checkbox. If I select this create another checkbox, this is really helpful when you have to create multiple issues. So what this does is it will create a new issue and it won't close this window. So you can provide the new information on this particular window and then click on create, and it won't close this particular window until you want the last issue to be created. So for example, in this case, I created test story 1. I want to add 2 more stories here. I'll simply copy and paste the details, summary, and description, and I want to create more. I'll simply say assign it to me. I want to create 1 more story. I'll simply check this, create another, click on create, and you can see RT test story 2 has been created, and I'll create another one, 3. And in this particular case, this window is still there, so I don't have to go ahead and click on create again and click on create, right? So if you uncheck this and then again create another issue, then in that particular case this window will go away, because this is the last issue that we got created. Okay, so this is how you will create the issues in the classic software project. Now if you want to see the issues, so simply if I go to the backlog, right, and you can see that I have these 4 issues being created and available in the backlog. Now the other way to create the issue, so we have understood how you can create using this create button here, but if you are in the backlog, you have this create issue icon or the link here as well. This will do exactly the same thing. If I click on create here, I can simply specify the details of the story that I want to create, right? I'll simply say story 5, and let me copy, and if I hit enter, right, it will create that particular story. But then what I have to do is I simply have to go ahead and open that particular story. So if I click on this RT5, and then I can go ahead and add the details for that particular story. So that's another way of adding the issues from the backlog itself. So I can simply click on this create issue and provide the details in this particular issue, and it will create. And here I can select the type of issue that I want to create. So a story, task, or bugs. If for example I want to create a task, so I can say task 1 and hit enter, and it will add that. But in order to edit all the detail, you simply have to open the details of this particular issue that has been created, and fill the details in this particular page here. Okay, so that's another way of creating the issues in the backlog. Now if you go back to the next gen project, the creation of the issue is similar. If I switch to the next gen project, I can use this create button. This is the simplest way basically to create issues, and that should be, this is the preferred way to create the issue, because it will give you the window that is available to fill out all the information and then create. But you can also go to the backlog and you will find similar option in the next gen project as well. So I can simply provide the information here, that I can choose the type, and then I can provide the details of the story or the task or the bug, and then just hit enter. Okay, and you can see that RNS3 has been created. If I click on these 3 ellipses, I can find that I have different options. I can add flag, I can copy issue link, I can delete because I'm the administrator of this instance as well, and then I can move it to top of the backlog or the bottom of the backlog. So these permissions or these details vary. The links that you see here will vary based on the roles and responsibilities of your roles and responsibilities within your team. So if you want to edit this particular issue, simply click on it and you can provide all other details here, or simply go to the issue detail, click on it, open the link and fill all the information. You can also use this create button here at the top and create issues in this particular project. So you simply have to basically choose the project where you want to create issue and the type, and then you can provide summary description. So issue creation is not a very complex thing in Jira. It's very simple, easy to basically create issues in Jira. You just need to know the different options, where all these options are available, and what all features are there to create the issue from different places in Jira. So that's all for this tutorial. Hope you like it. Please do share and subscribe, and thank you for watching.